We don't really make up everything from scratch. And an example of this is most artists will get to a piece of paper and they think that they have to come up with everything themselves. It has to come from them and it has to be original. And I spent years and years just drawing heads. Like every time I would draw, I would just draw. I had 5 drawings and I would just kind of change up their hair, and vaguely a lot of them kind of looked like me. And I did this for years and years and years, and I didn't draw bodies because I didn't know how. So eventually I realized that I needed to reach out. And so I went to the internet and I looked up my favorite cartoon character, which was Hogarth from Iron Giant. And I was like, man, let me just study how the professionals and people who have way more experience than me are using the shapes. Like, what's the proportions? And then how do I go and take these simple gestures and make a clean final drawing and start to understand why they use just a line that goes down and then the nose and it's all connected with the mouth. And I'm starting to steal that and I'm starting to add that to a library of my own knowledge. And later on I can tap this and make something new. And I'm also looking at figure. I'm doing a lot of work with people, and if I don't have a figure model around, I'm looking at 1940s, 1950s photography because it's all in black and white like a film noir, and it's wonderful. And when you're choosing subject matter, you want to choose, especially if you're doing ladies as a man, you want to choose something that other ladies would look at and be like, wow, that's really glamorous and beautiful. So be careful with your subject matter and what you're starting to learn. And really the drawing underneath the drawing is the most important part. It doesn't look very good, but this is proportion, this is the drawing underneath the drawing, and then eventually you come up with a final piece that's just a little bit different. So this is starting to steal because I put the Japanese sun behind her and I went ahead and put streaks down and I included a little bit of red. So it's starting to steal, but it's still just a study. I'm still just copying. And you can do this for a long time. This is just an example of one way to take something and make it just a little bit new and then get a portfolio piece. So you don't have to come up with everything. And in fact, I would just Google figure drawing. And if I had time, like an hour a night, I would go and draw the underdrawings of other people. You can't use it for your portfolio because that's cheating, that's copying. But what you're learning is what shapes do they like? Like my favorite one is like this. These like really simple line drawings, and you can really learn a lot from that. So don't put everything on yourself. So good artists copy, great artists steal, but you have to copy for a long time before you can start stealing because you got to build a library in your head. So a great artist that I actually got to work in a workshop with and I studied his work, the guy who teaches Disney figure drawing, his name is Glenville Pooh, and he said to me, artists have to do 100,000 drawings before you get one good drawing. So don't spend like a month working on this big piece. Start doing like an hour of night of just simple stuff, and if it doesn't look good, you'll just throw it away and then do another one the next day.